welcome back to my channel. I'm Tony, and if you've been following me, you know that I love building these 1:6 scale kits from Armortek. I've just finished my recent project, which is the Hetzer. Hopefully, if you followed that, you enjoyed the whole build sequence of that. And I'm going a little bit off-piste for my next project, and it's the Series 1 Land Rover. And I'm really looking forward to doing this because it's going to be a completely different challenge in the build to what I've experienced with the tanks. It's a much smaller project, or much smaller kit. I don't know until I get into the detail how much work there's involved, but like any of these kits, it's a huge amount of research that needs to be done, and a lot of patience and a lot of trial and error, but I'm sure I'll get through it, and especially if you guys join me on the journey. So ahead of that, what I recommend is you get a couple of good reference books, or one or two. I've got two. I've got this one here by John Carroll, and this one in particular is going to help me decide on which color scheme to go with, because typically you see these in, I think it's called a green or bronze green. I'm not sure if I'm going to go down that route yet. I haven't made that decision. And I've got this other book by James Taylor. Who knew? James Taylor apparently is a doyen in all things to do with Series 1 Land Rovers, and I'm sure that this book is going to become invaluable in the whole journey. So this is it. You know, when you typically order a kit from Armortek, you expect to receive 3 or possibly 4 boxes depending on the size of the kit you've ordered. But this is it, the Series 1 Land Rover, and everything I'm going to need to build it is in here. I've also, and included in this box hopefully, have ordered the 2 of the main option packs, which is the main motion pack and the lighting pack, because early discussions with Armortek, they recommend that you get those as well as the kit, because they're essential to be included in the early stages of the build of the Series 1, and I'm sure we'll find out why during the course of the build. So what I'll do in a moment is I'll get this box open, and we'll get stuck in and see what we've got. There we go, the all familiar packing peanuts inside, and that's it. I mean, I think the box is around about sort of 15-16 kilos. I guess that's because, or maybe a bit, I think it's about 15 kilos, and that's because there's extra bits in it because I've ordered the option pack. So let's just slowly go through and see if we can pull some stuff out. So okay, so this is definitely part of the option pack. That looks like so it's the main power switch. Again, like before, I'm not going to open every single bag because I'm going to get lost and create problems for myself down the line. So this is oh, I can see that that's the main motor. I can feel the weight of that. There's a nice weighty pack. Obviously in the fullness of time I will be unpacking this, but that is one of the option packs that has been included in this. So that's that, and I'll pop that down there. What have we got in here? Right, what we got here. So this is, okay, so this is a bag of various bits and bobs. This is, I can sort of open this up and have a good look in here. Everything as before, as normal. Everything's beautifully labelled by Armortek. So we've got some drive, looks like some drive gears in here. Again, this is all new, and this is what I love about taking on a project like this. It's completely different to what I've done before, so it's a new learning experience for me, and hopefully you guys as well, if you do join me on the journey. Again, I will not open every single bag, so let's just pop that there. And got some bearings, and what else we've got in here? We've got some cast aluminium gearbox cases with some what looks like some sealant in there. And again, just looking at the way these are built, you know, I know I say it every time, but the way Armortek put these kits together is incredible. I just love it, and you know, you can just see the way this has been clearly CNC machined and just beautifully made. And then just the various fixings and brackets and all sorts of other. That looks like suspension, does it? Is that suspension? Let's have a look. Oh, I think this is all to do with the steering rack. So all beautifully articulated. Again, we'll get into the detail of that in the build, but I'll pop all that away for now. So there's no point me opening this and then getting myself in all sorts of state trying to find these parts, because Armortek do a huge amount of work in making sure everything's clearly labelled and making the journey for the builder a lot easier. And this is a bit of weight in here. Oh wow, okay, so these are the wheels. Let's get these bad boys out. Oh, look at that. Just beautiful. Oh, wow. And they've even got the branding on the, I don't know if you can pick that up in the camera, can you? Let's have a look and see if we can pick that up in the camera. The branding, the Dunlop track grip T28, sorry. Just the weight in that. So it's a steel rim, beautifully made, and a solid, absolutely solid rubber tire. I mean, they're just beautiful, just incredible. And the weight in that alone, again, it just clearly spells out the quality that Armortek provide. And it's little wonder why these kits are the price that they are, because just to look at the quality. Anyway, I'll stop. There's 5 of these, obviously 4 for the main Series 1 and the spare. So absolutely blown away by the quality of those, and let's hope the rest of it is similar. So that's a nice weighty pack. And what's this here? Oh, that looks like the seats. That looks like, yeah, the seats. So they're looks like either a resin cast or 3D printed. I'm guessing this is what Armorpacks have supplied. This looks the sort of thing that Dave from Armorpacks does so brilliantly. So you've got, let's open that up. So you've got 2 parts, I guess. So that will be the, somehow these go together. Oh yeah, they go like that. So that will be the seat. And obviously we've got to make them look like vinyl or leather. But in the detail in this is lovely. Right down to the stitching seams, you know. So again, the care and attention that goes into these kits is incredible. So that's lovely. That's really lovely. And I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it just feels like an Armorpacks product. And if it is, well done again, David. He's a genius, that guy over there. So I'll pop those down there out of the way. And what have we got here? It's okay, so that's the light pack. And again, I guess I understand that you need this as part of the early stages of the build, because you do need to drill some holes to facilitate the lights. But again, I'll get into that in the build, and there's some instructions on there which we won't worry about today. And then what we got here, so this is labelled up left hand and right hand fender. So let's have a look at those. Let's get my knife out. Oh. It's like Christmas all over again. These look like, or feel like, steel parts. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's your fender. That's the classic shape of the Series 1. I don't know if you can see that, can you, in the camera? That's the classic shape of the Series 1 fender. Look at that. I mean, it's you can see where it's all been TIG welded inside and cleaned up. I mean, there's a bit of work that goes into making that. It doesn't, you know, it probably doesn't seem like it, but there is a bit of work going into making that. And it's all lovely, beautifully cleaned up and ready for assembly and painting. And there's its opposition fender. So I guess they're going to go be like something like that. Wow. You begin to get a sense of the scale of this now. So I'll pop those back in there for now, and I'll pop those over on that side, away with the knife. And what we got here, no idea. Let's have a look. Leaf springs, front and rears. I mean, it's all to do with the leaf springs and the suspension. So again, I mean, I'm not going to open that bag up, but I don't know if you can just about make out all the various components inside. Yeah, I mean, it's like in my head I'm going, what have I done? You know, what have I taken on here? I mean, this just looks complicated, but I'm sure we'll get through it with a bit of research, a large glass of wine, and a lot of time spent reading the instructions. And what we got in here? Wow, this is a heavy bag. It's all sorts of, it just says Series 1 right hand drive in a packing bag. So let's just have a little delve in here and see what we've got. So we've got some cast pieces here, transmission guard, don't know, please forgive me if you're a Series 1 Landy expert. This is why I want to do this. This is sort of how you learn, but I'm learning in scale. A whole bag of bits and bobs. I mean, it's just too many to sort of go through, really. Just seeing if there's any standout pieces that I could even recognise. No, what's this? It's the radiator. It's the radiator and grill. Wow. There's a lot of parts to this, and I'm not. Oh, look at that. That's something I recognise. That's obviously the dash, the control panel, the instrument panel. Again, look at the detail they've got into. Just from memory, and I have been in a Series 1 Land Rover a while ago. This looks so familiar. This. So whole bag of bits and bobs in there. Again, I'm not going to unpack that. If you've tuned in for just a perfect unboxing video, I'm sorry to say that I can't go through all of these because it's just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of parts, and I have to keep track on where they are during the course of the build. And if you're going to follow me, you will know as I open these bags what we're going to find in detail. So I'll open some of. Look at that. So that's the canvases. Look at that. Who makes that? I mean, someone's gone to a lot of trouble there with a sewing machine and skill, and that's the canvas. That's lovely. I mean, it's lovely. It's got all the sort of, I guess, sort of little trim on the side here, the rope to sort of, to tension it all up, and the little viewing panel at the back here. Again, I'm not going to open that up because I want to keep that clean. But again, somebody at Armortek has sat down and understood that they've got to have this as well. So you've got some good soft parts that go with this Land Rover to complete the look. We'll carry on. Look, there we go. This is the all-important instructions. So we've got the instructions from Armortek, and as usual, I guess, really well illustrated. I mean, look at that. It's stunning, isn't it? Just the work that goes into these illustrations. And that looks a bit scary. But like always, oh my, that looks really scary. Oh my God, even worse. Wow. I can see though. Look, I mean, this is telling you how to connect the servos up, and part of the bit. Oh, this is so that's actually the instructions for the motion, audio, and light pack. So I'm really glad actually I went ahead and ordered these parts at the same time as the main vehicle itself, because I think that that was a great shout by Armortek. So I'll pop that to one side for now, and then we have. Oh wow, look at that. So that's the certificate, the all-important certificate, just confirming it is a genuine Armortek vehicle. And what number is this? This is I've got number 103, so it's Series 1 Land Rover number 103. And in here is the steering wheel. Not sure. Let's have a look at that steering wheel, and some brass detailing here, grills and trims. Let's have a look at that steering wheel. I'm not sure if that's. Is that metal? No, it's plastic. A little bit disappointed. That's plastic. Doesn't really feel. Yeah, that's. Yeah, okay. It is what it is, I guess. Just feels a little bit flimsy. I'm going to be honest with you. But I guess it works. But I don't know. I expected that to be metal for some reason. So sorry, Armortek. I'm not having a dig out on you. Just that sort of thing. I would have thought would have been lovely to be a metal part. But anyway, I'll pop that away for now. And let's have a look what's in here. So this is labelled up as rear bench, front bench, and battery hatch. So let's have a look what's in here. Again, these are steel components. Again, just really nicely wrapped. So these are the benches that go in the back of the actual Series 1 itself. Again, just nicely made pieces of metal, mild steel. We'll pop them out of the way over there. And we've got some more bags. What is it? Oh, obviously that must be for the canopies. Soft top cover, canopy. Yeah, that's the supports for the canopies. So yeah, good. I'll pop those over there. You know, and we'll crack on. We'll carry on. Right. So what we got in here? A bag of fixings. Again, you know, I say it every time, but whoever does this job at Armortek, you know, going through the fixings, bagging them up, and, you know, counting them. I guess they use a weighing machine or something like that. But even so, you know, again, you know, the effort that Armortek put into just making our lives as easy as possible is brilliant. And I'm in awe of whoever does that at Armortek. So massive thank you for that. What else we got here? This looks like wrapped up in paper. Oh, this could be the bonnet, and it is. Now we've got to get that out, haven't we? Got to get that out. This is, just being careful here. Okay, I mean, who wraps these up at Armortek? I mean, whoever wraps these up must have a job for Santa Claus, because the wrapping is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It's obviously takes a lot of time. I mean, they could just throw them in bags, couldn't they? But they don't. They put them in brown paper because it's mild steel. They want to try and keep, I guess, to stop it from oxidizing. And there we go. There's the bonnet. Look at that. Iconic shape. Beautiful. Again, it kind of gives you a feel, if you know, I've got big hands, but it gives you a feel for the scale of this vehicle. Yes, it's going to be smaller than a tank, but you know what? It's beautiful. Love it. Absolutely love that. Wonderful. And that's obviously, I guess, for the hinges and whatever, not sure, but we'll find out. So that's in there, wrapped up in a nice bit of grease-proof paper, as they always do on these metal parts, or these steel parts. So that's that. Pop that over there. And another bag. What is this? What is this? This is the radiator frame and rear support. It's a sealed bag. I don't want to get it open, but I mean, it just, you know, again, once we get into the build, we'll be able to see exactly what we got here. Just exudes quality. Oh, what's this? Exhaust. That must be the exhaust. Now, I don't know if they've got a smoke option on this. I need to check that. It would suggest it does, but I don't know where you're going to put it, because you're restricted to space and how. You know, so this could just be for a bit of detailing, but that definitely looks like an exhaust pipe to me. Nice bit of fuel pipe that's been found, you know, folded and turned into hopefully what looks like the exhaust. So I'll pop that down safely. There's a bit of copper, so that's prone to damage. Wow, and here we go. We've got the axles, front and rear axles. Definitely get one of these. Let's get one of these out. Look at that. Just beautiful. Just the way they've made that. Look at that. Look at the workmanship in that. Just beautiful. Fits perfectly. Obviously a bit of cleaning up to do as normal. Just gorgeous. Just beautiful. I'm just looking at these and thinking, wow, 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 wow. I'm a lucky guy to be able to handle these parts and build these kits. And you know, this is probably the cheapest kit they have at the moment. And actually, the more I'm finding, the more I feel that it's great value, really, because that's just beautiful. That just holding that, and you know, just amazing. So there's two of those, obviously, front and rear. So we'll pop those safely over there, and we'll carry on digging. What we got here? Body, rear, bench, wooden windscreen frame. So, do you know what? Let's open that up. I don't want to keep opening all these parts up, but you know what? It won't do any harm, because they're not going to hang around long. You know how I build these things. I get cracking and I get stuck in. I know some builders spend a long time building these, and they get them to amazing levels of detail. I'm a hobbyist. I love building these, and you know, I have a massive respect for the guys that go into the real detail on these and spend a long time. But I just want to, you know, I'm keen to get them built. I follow the Armortek instructions to the letter, and from that I gain a huge amount of satisfaction. There we go. There's the windscreen. Look at that. beautifully. Look at that, the framing on it. It's just beautiful. And little hinges there. It's articulated obviously to go up and down. Just beautiful. It's in 2 parts. Just lovely, that. Really lovely. Gorgeous. Loads of fixings obviously required. And these look like very small fixings, but we'll see. And then there's, you know, various other parts. So I'm going to pack that away. Never throw the packaging away until you've finished the model, or you finish that stage of the model. What's this here? It says windscreen windows. Oh, they're the glazed panels. They're the little acrylic panels for the windscreen and the side windows, I guess. So that's those. So they have to be carefully looked after, those. And then we've got another brown paper wrapped rear floor, rear body third. I'm not going to open that. It's just a piece of sheet metal by the looks of it. Yeah, I don't think I need to open that up. So we'll pop that over there on top of that. I'm keen to find the chassis. So all these pieces here, these are front stretcher, mid stretcher. No idea. I mean, you guys, if you're a Series 1 enthusiast, you will know. And please do not. Don't judge me, because I'm not a specialist in this, but I'm going to learn, you know, and I'm going to learn in scale, which I think is incredible way to do it. I mean, you know, who could fit a Series 1 Land Rover in a garage and work on it? I can't, but I can do it in scale, and I'm going to learn heaps on the journey, hopefully, through that. So I have no idea what these are at the moment, but I'm sure it will soon become apparent. And what else we've got in here? For a small box, they pack a lot in, right? So what is this? This is tailgate frame and radiator top. So that's a little tailgate. There's the frame. I don't know if that comes through the plastic. Same kind of setup, or similar to the windscreen. Lovely. And loads of little fixings for the detailing, the trims, I guess, to go on there. So I'll pop that over there. And we continue on. Wow. Doors. So these lower door frame. Wow, there's some weight in that. There's some weight in that, and that's a door. Wow, there's a lot of weight in that. Is that just one door? Lower door, frame lower, but whatever. There's 4 pieces in there. It looks like there's 2 doors, but again, it'll become apparent as we go through the build. So I'll pop those over there. Nice and flat surface on there. And looks like we've got another piece of copper pipe, which exhaust pipe B. It could be the tailpipe, I don't know. So that's that'll go over there with the other piece of copper. Again, I don't know if there's a smoke option on this yet, but I will, again, we'll find that out. Wow, what is this? This is the radiator front, driver side floor, passenger side floor. So that actually, if you can, I don't know if you can sort of make that out, but that is the radiator front, and I guess the grille goes on here. Again, all part of the learning curve. So I'm not going to open that up. Again, I want to keep that safe. What have we got here? And this is the upper door frame. So I guess, is this the bit that hinges? I'm not sure, because I'm pretty sure they hinge down, I think. But anyway, they're the doors there. I don't know. There's no point me opening those up. I want to keep them safe in their plastic bags. And what we got here? Okay, so that's part of the chassis. Right. Look at that. That's long enough, isn't it? It kind of gives you a size, kind of, you know, what is that? That's it's probably about 400, yeah, 400 millimeters, maybe 500 millimeters. So it gives you kind of an indication of the size of this thing. So it's not small by any means. It's going to be a fairly big model, but it would be at 1:6 scale. So, you know, in comparison to the Hetzer, I mean, I'm just going to lean over there. You know, it's going to look a fair size against the Hetzer, I'd say. So I'll pop those over this side for now. And what else we've got in here? And what is this? Bulkhead, mid-rear frame bumper. So let's open that up and show you what we got. Keeping the label, the description and the number, so I don't lose that. Right, well, we can see it's a large piece. Let's pull that out. Wow, look at that. That's just stunning. Beautiful piece of engineered aluminium, clearly CNC'd, wonderfully put together. Not really sure where it goes yet, but I'll work that out in the fullness of time. Yeah, that's lovely. I don't know if it's the bulkhead, if that's the part that's called the bulkhead or not. I don't know, but as I said, we'll work it out in the fullness of time. And then we've got a couple of other pieces. Now these look like they... Oh, look, that looks like that's the bumper. I think that's the bumper, the front bumper. Again, look at that. Just beautiful. Just the machining in that is stunning. So this is all going to be connected to the chassis. And I guess that these are all part of the chassis as well. The cross members. Just again, just a nice piece of aluminium, just beautifully machined again, and the detailing on it, and just the programming of the software to get this right must take a huge amount of time. So again, massive, big respect to Armortek for what they do. So we'll pop all of this away, keeping all the labels intact. I mean, I'd say it's pretty self-explanatory what parts they are looking at the diagram, but I want to keep the numbers on them anyway, just to be on the safe side. Box is feeling a lot lighter now. In fact, I wonder if there's anything actually left in here. Let's have a look. As always, you have to be very careful because there could be some small bags. Oh, casing point. What is this? Let's have a look at this. No mention of it. Again, this definitely looks like an Armortek piece of kit. Could be like it could be, I think it's to replicate a fuel tank. I think it kind of suggests that. No label on it, but I'm sure it'll be obvious in the instructions. So you have this 3D printed or resin cast piece. Don't know if you can see that, but I think that could be what is suggested to be, or suggestion of what the fuel tank looks like. And then we have all these various little tiny beautifully cast aluminium pieces, which, you know, these bits of kit, and I might be wrong, but it just has the feel of Armortek all over it. These bits of kit from Armortek are little projects in their own right, but they really do add to the finished details and look of your project. So that has to be carefully clipped back in because I don't want to lose any of those parts. And casing points, as I said, you know, you have to be very careful going through the whole of the box, making sure there's not another one. Look at that tiny little pack of that. I mean, what is that? That's transmission cover. Right, so that's obviously where the gear, I think that's where the gear stick comes out. I mean, again, you could easily throw that out in the box if you're not careful. So we'll pop that over there, and we'll carry on just going through. I'm feeling more and more confident that there's nothing left in here, but what I will do is after filming I will bag all this up. Although it does break down, it does it's very good. It's for packing peanuts, very good for the environment because they just break down into nothing over time. So I will bag these up and make sure there's nothing left in this box, but I'm pretty sure that is it. Wow, so for a small box, it was pretty well packed out with goodies. So that is it, I'm pretty sure. We'll close that box up, and what I'll do is I'll just have a bit of a straighten out here, and I'll be back to camera shortly. Right. So I've had a bit of a sort out and I'm happy now. I know where I'm going to start building. It'll be the chassis assembly. Looks relatively straightforward, but I'm sure there'll be a few things that will probably try and trip me up, but that's all part of the journey. So I've gone ahead and I've read all the instructions, and I've looked at the motion pack instructions and compared them to the static build instructions, and I can see why Armortek actually recommend you buying the option packs, or certainly the motion pack and the lighting pack with the kit at the same time. And I'll just explain, I'll try and explain. So here we have the static build instructions excuse me, and you can see all these scary parts that have to be carefully assembled and put together with a lot of care. And then we look at the motion pack options. Let me just try and hold that together like so, and we can see that parts of the motion pack need to be installed into the axle. Now I guess if we're not careful, you could go ahead and go too far assembling this and possibly using Loctite and the usual process, and if you don't have this, that means that you're going to have to undo all of this to get this inside the main build. So I would really strongly recommend doing the same. If you can afford to do it and you're in a position to do so, I would definitely go ahead and order the option packs at the same time. And then the only other thing of note is I've gone and I've found this. This is, I think we saw this in the unboxing, but you know, it could be very careful here because there's a small little piece here which is the decals, if you like, for the instruction panel for the Series 1 Land Rover, and I think something like that is quite easily missed if you're not sure. So there we have it. It's all ready. I'm looking forward to getting stuck into the build. I really hope you're going to join me on the entire journey of this build because it's going to be a completely different experience to the tanks. I can't wait to get started. I will of course be building another tank, and during the course of this build I'll probably announce which tank I'm going to go for. So I'll just sign off by saying I'm Tony. I really do appreciate all of your support, all of your amazing comments, all of your subscriptions, and if you're new to my channel, please subscribe because we've got a long way to go. I can't wait to get stuck into this, and I'll see you at the very beginning in my next video. Thank you.